At the most expensive restaurant in Manhattan, everyone knew one rule. Never make a mistake in front of Ethan Blackwood. He was not just any customer. He was a billionaire CEO, the owner of half the buildings in the city, and a man who could destroy someone's career with one phone call. That night, he walked into the restaurant with his 6-year-old daughter, Lily. She was wearing a tiny pink dress, holding a stuffed rabbit in her arms. But she did not smile. She never smiled anymore. Not since her mother died. Ethan had tried everything. Doctors, therapists, expensive schools, private tutors. But nothing brought back the little girl who used to laugh. Then, as Ethan sat at the best table in the restaurant, a young waitress walked toward him. Her name was Sophia Lane. Her uniform was simple. Her hands were tired. Her shoes were old. But when she looked at Lily, her face softened. "Hello, sweetheart," Sophia said gently. "That's a beautiful bunny." Lily looked up. For the first time that night, she whispered, "His name is Mr. Fluffy." Ethan froze. His daughter had not spoken to a stranger in almost a year. Sophia smiled. "Well, Mr. Fluffy looks very brave." Lily held the toy closer. "He protects me." Ethan looked at Sophia carefully. There was something in her voice. Something warm. Something familiar. But before he could think about it, the restaurant manager came rushing over. "Sir, I apologize if she disturbed you." Sophia lowered her eyes. "I'm sorry, Mr. Blackwood. I was just—" Ethan's face turned cold. "You are not paid to talk to my daughter." Sophia went silent. Lily looked at her father, hurt. "Daddy, she was nice." But Ethan did not listen. He only saw a waitress crossing a line. He looked at the manager and said, "I don't want her serving this table." The manager's face changed immediately. "Yes, sir." Sophia stepped back, embarrassed. People nearby started looking. Some whispered. Some smiled cruelly. Sophia's cheeks turned red, but she did not cry. She simply nodded. "I understand." As she turned away, Lily suddenly reached out. "Wait." Sophia stopped. Lily looked at her with wide eyes. "Don't go." For 1 second, the whole room became quiet. Ethan looked uncomfortable. Sophia forced a small smile. "I have to, sweetheart." Then she walked away. That night, dinner continued. But Lily did not eat. She kept looking toward the kitchen doors. Ethan tried to give her favorite dessert, chocolate cake with strawberries. She pushed it away. "I want the nice lady." Ethan sighed. "Lily, she is a waitress. You don't even know her." Lily looked down at her stuffed rabbit. "She sounds like Mom." Ethan's hand stopped. The fork slipped from his fingers. "What did you say?" Lily's eyes filled with tears. "She talks like Mom did." Ethan felt his chest tighten. His wife, Clara, had died 2 years ago in a car accident. Since that day, Lily had become quiet. And Ethan had become colder. He told himself he was protecting her. But maybe he was only protecting himself from pain. Across the restaurant, Sophia stood near the kitchen, wiping a table with trembling hands. The manager came to her and whispered, "You embarrassed the restaurant tonight." Sophia's face fell. "I didn't mean to. That man is Ethan Blackwood. Do you understand how powerful he is?" Sophia nodded. "I know." The manager looked at her old shoes, then at her tired face. "I'm sorry, Sophia. You're fired." Sophia stopped breathing for a moment. "Please. I need this job." The manager looked away. "I can't risk losing important guests." Sophia looked through the glass doors at Lily one last time. Then she took off her name tag and placed it on the counter. Outside, rain had started falling. Sophia walked into the street with no umbrella, no job, and only $14 in her pocket. But inside her coat, she carried something Ethan Blackwood would have given his entire fortune to find. A small silver bracelet. The same bracelet Clara was wearing the night she died. The next morning, Ethan woke up to the sound of Lily crying. She was sitting on the floor of her bedroom, holding Mr. Fluffy. I want Sophia, she sobbed. Ethan stood at the doorway. For the first time, he felt helpless. Sweetheart, you only met her once. Lily shook her head. No. I know her. Ethan knelt beside her. What do you mean? Lily whispered. I saw her in my dream. Mommy was with her. Ethan felt a cold feeling run through him. Lily. Before he could finish, his phone rang. It was the restaurant manager. Mr. Blackwood, I'm sorry to bother you, but something strange happened. Ethan's voice sharpened. What? The waitress from last night. Sophia. After she left, we found something in her locker. Ethan frowned. What did you find? The manager paused. A photograph of your wife. Ethan stood up slowly. What did you just say? It was old. Damaged. But it was definitely Mrs. Blackwood. Ethan's face turned pale. Where is Sophia now? She left after being fired. We don't know where she went. Ethan ended the call. For several seconds, he could not move. Why would a poor waitress have a photograph of his dead wife? And why did his daughter feel connected to her? Ethan sent his driver to search. He called hospitals, shelters, old addresses. By evening, they found Sophia at a small children's clinic. She was sitting in the hallway, soaking wet, holding a cup of water with both hands. Ethan walked toward her. When Sophia saw him, she stood quickly. Mr. Blackwood. His voice was cold, but not as confident as before. Why do you have a photograph of my wife? Sophia's eyes widened. She looked away. I didn't want you to find out like this. Ethan stepped closer. Find out what? Sophia's hands began to shake. Clara was my sister. Ethan stared at her. For a moment, the world seemed to stop. That's impossible. Sophia's eyes filled with tears. She never told you about me? Ethan said nothing. Sophia opened her bag and pulled out an old photograph. Two young girls stood together in front of a small house. One was Clara. The other was Sophia. Ethan took the photo slowly. His fingers trembled. Clara told me she had no family. Sophia looked down. She was ashamed of where we came from. After she married you, our father got sick. We asked her for help, but your family's lawyers blocked every message. Ethan's face changed. I never knew. Sophia whispered. I know. Then she reached into her coat and pulled out a silver bracelet. Ethan's breath caught. It was Clara's bracelet. The one missing from the accident. How do you have this? He asked. Sophia's voice broke. Clara came to see me the night before the accident. Ethan's eyes filled with pain. She did? Sophia nodded. She said she wanted to fix everything. She wanted Lily to know her aunt. She said if anything ever happened to her, I should watch over Lily from far away. Ethan covered his mouth. Sophia continued. I tried to contact you after she died. Your office never let me through. So I watched Lily from a distance. At school gates. At parks. I never wanted money. I just wanted to know she was okay. Ethan could barely speak. And last night, Sophia smiled sadly. I didn't know you were coming to the restaurant. When I saw Lily, I couldn't stop myself from talking to her. Ethan remembered Lily's words. She sounds like Mom. Now he understood. Sophia was not a stranger. She was the last piece of Clara's love still alive. And he had humiliated her. Then fired her. The next day, Ethan brought Sophia to his mansion. Lily was sitting near the window, quiet as always. When she saw Sophia, her eyes widened. Sophia! She ran across the room and hugged her. Ethan watched silently. Sophia held Lily carefully, like she was holding something precious. Lily looked up and whispered, Are you really my aunt? Sophia's tears fell. Yes, sweetheart. Lily touched her face. Mommy sent you? Sophia smiled through tears. Maybe she did. For the first time in 2 years, Lily laughed. A small laugh. But to Ethan, it sounded like life returning to the house. He turned away so no one would see his tears. That night, Ethan stood outside Clara's old room. Sophia walked beside him. "I'm sorry," he said. Sophia looked at him. "For what?" "For judging you. For humiliating you. For taking away your job." Sophia was quiet. Ethan's voice cracked. "I thought money protected my daughter. But you gave her something I couldn't." "What?" "A connection to her mother." Sophia looked through the doorway at Lily sleeping peacefully. "She just needed family." Ethan nodded. "So did I." Weeks passed. Sophia moved into a small guest house near the mansion. Not as a maid. Not as an employee. As family. Lily changed. She smiled more. She talked more. She asked Sophia questions about Clara every night. What was Mommy like when she was little? Sophia would tell her stories. How Clara used to sing in the rain. How she once rescued a kitten. How she dreamed of having a daughter with big, curious eyes. And every night, Ethan listened from the hallway. Each story hurt him. But each story healed him too. One evening, Sophia found Ethan in the garden, holding Clara's bracelet. "I wasted so much time being angry," he said. Sophia stood beside him. "Grief can make people cruel." Ethan looked at her. "And yet you were kind." Sophia smiled softly. "I had to be." Lily needed someone to remember her mother with love. Ethan looked at the mansion around him. For years, it had felt like a palace made of stone. Cold. Silent. Empty. Now, for the first time, it felt like a home. 1 month later, Ethan returned to the same restaurant. The manager rushed toward him nervously. "Mr. Blackwood, welcome back." Ethan looked around the dining room. "This is where I made one of the worst mistakes of my life." The manager looked confused. Ethan turned to the staff and said, "Sophia Lane was fired because of me." The room became silent. "I judged her by her uniform. I treated her like she was beneath me. But she was carrying the truth my family needed." He took out an envelope and handed it to the manager. "This is a donation to support your workers. But on one condition." The manager swallowed. "What condition, sir?" "No employee is ever to be humiliated here because a rich man thinks he is more important." The staff stared at him. Then Ethan looked toward the entrance. Sophia walked in holding Lily's hand. Lily smiled brightly. "Daddy, can Aunt Sophia sit with us?" Ethan smiled. "Yes, sweetheart." Sophia looked at him with surprise. Ethan pulled out a chair for her. This time, in front of everyone, he did not dismiss her. He honored her. Narrator. That night, Ethan Blackwood learned that family does not always arrive dressed in diamonds. Sometimes, family arrives in an old uniform, with tired eyes, and a heart full of love. He had thought Sophia was just a waitress. But she was the bridge between his daughter and the mother she had lost. And the woman he had pushed away was the woman his family needed most.